Hello and welcome to today's Men's Mental Health Journal. Today I just wanted to give you 5 tips that have really helped me with my mental health as a man. Um, First of all, how am I feeling? So it's going to be kind of more tips today and things that have worked through my experience. But yeah, today I'm feeling pretty chilled actually. Eaten quite well. I've taken the day quite easy. I'm giving myself more space at weekends, which really helps. So that's really great. Watching a couple of films, and yeah, just reflecting. Now and then it is tricky to feel like I'm moving into a different life because it's a Saturday, and even going on the train, you see lots of people going out partying. Um, But I also see people throwing up on the station. I saw someone really like absolute in bits, really upset. And you tell alcohol didn't help, and I've been there, both of those, and even worse many times. And that's the kind of thing that makes me think I don't miss this. But the kind of social element, I do. But then there is great social opportunities without alcohol. I've realised so. Yeah, it just I guess I'm discovering that again at the moment. So yeah, I feel like there's been some real growth today, and recently because I've been sitting in my emotions, and I wouldn't be making a men's mental health video at 10 to 9 p.m. on a Saturday in the past. Let me share that with you. But yeah, I think it's really important. I'm really driven by it. So what I really want to do is pull together some education as well as kind of just sharing um, my stories, but I want to make it relatable. So here are, did I say 3 tips? I'm going to give you 5 anyway. Okay, so number 1, focus on doing what you love. I'm also conscious I haven't got my microphone linked up right now. Focus on doing what you love. So for me, that's being creative, doing things like this I really enjoy. Um, Reading and learning I really enjoy. I like reflecting. I like creating systems. I like watching films. I like sport. I like socializing. All those kind of things are really fun to me. So yeah, I guess I'm in a place where I'm just like rediscovering a lot of things. In the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, I usually feel pretty good. Sometimes at the night, if I've got some sport on, that's good. Sometimes I can feel a little bit lonely still, but I'm working through that. But yeah, focus on what you love doing, because when I do that, I really feel a sense of purpose. Like when people are like, "Ah, oh, you're really helping with this," or someone's like, "I really want to do a men's breathwork session with you." That makes me feel really alive and in my element. So yeah, that's one thing I found that's really helped me. It's not that you should be suppressing emotions, but it really can make a difference rather than if you're sitting around all day hating life and then processing emotions. If you're enjoying parts of your life whilst processing your emotions, it makes a massive difference. The second one I want to share is sharing with others that you feel, and only those you feel comfortable with. I hear this a lot. Talk up, and I think that's very true as a man. And unfortunately, sometimes we do get shot down a little bit. Not often, but I've heard stories of people using it against men, which is that's I don't even want to go into that kind of like trap, but like using something against someone who shares something vulnerable is just yeah, that's not acceptable. Um, I've had it against me, but there's also some people who won't share what you shared with them. They'll keep it to themselves, of course, but they just don't have the capacity. And this isn't like blaming or anything like that or judgment and trying not to, but like some people just don't have the capacity to listen and hold space for you. They're so like got a dysregulated nervous system or got their own stuff that either they start bombing that onto you or they just don't pay attention, and that doesn't feel good either. So if you're sharing with someone, make sure you feel comfortable with them as well. Number 3, what's your nutrition? I notice when I have too much sugar, I have too much anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. Well, any anxiety is too much anxiety for me, but it is a survival mechanism at the same time. But if we don't train ourselves, it can be unhealthy, right? So things like if I have too much alcohol, like we are just talking about that, I can feel depressed for days. So I got to be careful that another person can have a little bit and it won't impact them, right? Even a little bit can impact me actually. So I've always had to be well, I haven't been careful, but I have to be careful going forward, right? So just pay attention to your mood and when you eat or drink certain things. Okay, number 4, social media uses. Be very aware of who you're following, what you're following, and your usage times. Now, I've been someone who's definitely been addicted to social media and looking for the dopamine highs, the approvals, the likes. Yeah, 100%. And what I found is only allowing myself on it at certain times because, I've got things, messages I want to share with the world. I've got networking opportunities on there. So I'm not going to completely ban it, but reducing it is really, because it can, and you can meet people on there, right, as well. But reducing it can really, really help, that I've personally found as well. Comparison can be absolutely destroying, so just being very conscious of that. So, for example, my own life, I'll be very open with this one, and you may have heard it on the previous one. I'm a 34-year-old man doing fairly well in most areas of his life, and I'm very proud of myself, and I'm learning to love myself even more through challenging things. And when I feel sad, I will sit with that sadness. I won't push it away. And yeah, many areas of my life I'm happy, but one area, I'm a single man and I really want a relationship with the right woman, right? And I'm a little bit selective. I'm not too picky, but I'm selective, right? Because I want someone I can support, I can contribute to, I can really grow with and have fun with, right? And therefore, I'm not, with what I'm doing in life and who I am, I don't want to settle with someone where it's just like, someone to go to parties with or whatever. I want someone I can genuinely connect with. However, if I go on social media, there's a lot of people getting married, engaged, having kids, which is beautiful. I'm pleased with them. But if I keep looking at that, I will be like, I haven't got that. I feel sad that there must be something wrong with me. That's instinctively sometimes our feelings, right? So sometimes I have to reduce or block people who are having kids and stuff like that because I don't want to see it. Not block them, sorry, just like unfollow them, right? Send people love and all that kind of thing. But also, if you're really struggling with money, you see someone who's making it, that's going to make you feel not so good, right? So just be very cautious on your social media. And then number 5, have a simple emotional process. So I like 3 steps, no more than 3 steps, make it very simple when I'm feeling really emotionally charged. And these 3 steps for me are: observe, what is that emotion I'm feeling, and be very specific on it. Not just like I feel sad, but it's like, is it depressed? Is it lonely? Is it abandoned? What is that element of sadness? And then label it. I say I am experiencing it and I do not identify with it. I stay away from saying I am depressed because that makes me a depressed person, and identity is what we will act with and that's what we will feel. So be very cautious about saying I am. Say I am a beautiful person, but I'm experiencing the emotion of anxiety or stress or sadness or depression, right? And so that's the first step. The second step is then I say stop, and I interrupt that pattern, and I say cancel, clear, delete, as a way to interrupt that pattern so I don't go too deep down it, but I've acknowledged it, so I'm not suppressing it. And if it's very intense, I will go and do some breath work. I will breathe into it and really allow it to process through the body, because the body stores most of our emotions. And then number 3, the third part of that, so this is step 5, but I've got 3 parts into this process. So step number 5 is the process, but we've got 3 parts in my process I'm sharing. And then the third part of the process is to then put your hand on your heart and then ask yourself, what would love do right now? And identify with being love, with being a king, with being absolute certainty, with being magnetic. And it may be difficult first, but the more you do it, the more you'll feel into it. So those are my 5 tips on working through your mental health as a man. Hope it's been useful. Let me know what you think. I like to try and get to as many as comments as possible across my podcast, across my YouTube. I get a lot of messages, so thank you so much for everyone who's given me some feedback, and thank you for watching this as I process my emotions and work through my mental health as a man. I'll speak to you soon.